My name is Tim Petticoat. I feel real weird for doing this, but I'm going to do it. I have a problem with my knee. It happened about a month and a half ago when I was installing some flooring in my upstairs bedroom. I was on my knee a lot, which isn't too much because I'm on my knee a lot when I'm working. So I was on my knee a lot and my knee started hurting. And so I stopped putting weight on that knee. But it continued to get bigger and swell. And I assumed that what had happened is maybe I had, maybe a pimple or something on my knee, and I ground the pimple into my knee and it caused an infection or something like that. That's happened before for me, and I've had to go to the doctor and get a shot for antibiotics because my knee or my leg swelled up. I went a couple days and then I couldn't go anymore, and I called my doctor's office and said, I need you to look at my knee, but my doctor that I normally use wasn't there. I don't have insurance. I don't have insurance because insurance is insanely expensive. I'm self-employed, and yes, I'm gambling, but I'm gambling on my children's future is what I'm doing, because my children have insurance through CHIPS, and I'm gambling on my future so that my children might have a future. With the money I save by not spending $700-800 a month for insurance. So I went to the doctor. Of course, my doctor wasn't there, like I said. So I saw another doctor in the office. He's a younger doctor, and I went in there. He took a look at it, and he took a measurement of it, and said that, and I explained to him that I was on my knee and I was installing floor, and that's what started the whole process. Well, he said he thinks it's a blood clot and wanted me to go to the emergency right now. So he charged me my $90 to see him, and I left. But I didn't go to the emergency room. I felt like I'm smarter than this doctor. I'm not. Or maybe I'm as smart, I'm just not as knowledgeable, but I felt like it wasn't a blood clot. I'm a very healthy person. Much more healthier than other 42-year-olds I know. I'm healthier than a lot of 32-year-olds I know. I don't get winded easy. I'm always busy. I'm always moving. Having said that, I waited another 3 days until my doctor was in the office, and I went to see him that following Monday. He looked at it and said, oh, well, of course, he had to be diplomatic because he said, while it could be a blood clot, more than likely it's just an aggravated bursa sac, and the bursa is swollen and full of fluid. So he took a needle and he injected it in my knee, and he drew all the fluid out. It was awesome. I totally dug it. And he took the syringe off the needle, and he took a syringe full of cortisone, injected it back into my bursa. And that helped. But my pressure was relieved immediately. It felt much better. And the knee began to heal. But very shortly thereafter, it began to swell again. Well, I just tried to stay off of it, and it didn't get out of hand. It was just, bigger than my other knee. I tried to stay off of it, and I also took some steroid packs that my wife had been prescribed for something else. She saw my doctor. We see the same doctor, and that helped. And so I took that pack until it was gone, and then once it was gone, my knee started swelling back up again. Well, come about Tuesday, I started feeling bad and thought, oh great, I've caught the H1N1. Well, I know there's no cure for the flu, so I went and I just stuck it out. In the meantime, my knee continued to swell, and it just excruciating. So I came to mind that maybe my knee is septic or infected. In my limited knowledge of medical, I don't know how something that's completely sealed can become infected, but apparently, thanks to the good old internet, it can happen. So So I go to the doctor. I call my doctor. Of course, my doctor's gone again. Seems like every time I need him the most, he's gone. And he's gone on some kind of learning expedition that they do, and they go off and they go to seminars and what have you. He won't be back till Monday. So I go, and of course I see another doctor. I don't see the doctor I saw before. He looks at it, and I tell him, I want to get it drained. Please drain it. He didn't want to drain it. I asked him, please drain it. He said, okay. And I asked him about doing a flu test to see if that's why I'm achy and hurting. I'm trying to get two birds, one stone there in the thing. I didn't want him to inject steroids in it because I know you can only take steroids so long. You can't do a regimen that's too close together. So I just wanted to relieve the pressure. We did my flu test, swabbed my nose, and he came back, waited in there 30 minutes, came back and said my flu test came back negative. Well, first I was happy. I was like, cool, I don't have the flu. I don't have to worry about giving it to somebody. But then I suddenly realized, as I don't know what I've got. Then I said to my doctor, I said, well then, if I don't have the flu, then could it be that this has become septic? And he said that's what he thought. And because of that, he didn't want to drain it. Well, that seemed counterproductive to me because anytime I've ever had an infection with any kind of fluid in it, they've always lanced it. So I took what he said and I asked him, give me something to help me sleep because I cannot sleep at night. Well, I was sniffling while I was there, so he gave me free samples, a buttload of free samples of allergy medicines, and then gave me a prescription for antibiotics. And so, now I'm no better off. I've been on the antibiotics, well, a day, but my knee feels like it's going to blow up. So now I'm faced with a choice. I want to get this thing drained. Surely this cannot be healthy. Nobody, I don't know anybody that will do it. I don't know anybody that'll do it for less than an outrageous amount of money. I can't go to the emergency room. That's $1,500, $2,000, pow, off the top, just to stick a needle in my knee. And so I'm going to do what I always do whenever I can't afford to pay somebody to do something for me. I'm going to do it myself. And so this is my medical insurance horror story, and I just thought it should be documented. So come and take a look at this. You see, as my doctor told me, the reason I got fluid in my leg is because this swelling is cutting off circulation and making fluid pool in the bottom of my leg because it cannot return to my torso because of the restriction. My knee is insanely painful. Insanely painful. So this is me draining my bursa sac.